Welcome to episode number 12 of Minnesota Twins Custom Franchise Series. And today we are playing the Cleveland Indians first place, well, it's basically first place team, or it's a first place showdown between the first place Minnesota Twins and second place team Cleveland Indians. We are 12.5 games up. As the next episode probably will be somewhere around here, early September. I'm thinking it's going to be that game, or at least that series, maybe the rubber match or the third game of the series, as we're about to play the first game of the series right here on August 3rd, 2020. And then the next video will probably be sometime in the first game of the NC Astros at home, or the second game, or the third game. And then the next episode after that should be against the Indians at home, the last game of the regular season. And then after that should be the playoffs, because I assume we'll probably make it unless we collapse, but probably not. I mean, we're ranked first for everything besides pitching. First ranked, first contact, first power, sixth pitching, first defense, first speed. So, and there's the standings for. I mean, we're insane. I mean, 78-33, 703 winning percentage. Have a center wildcard spot, so it's a big game for them. The Astros are 3 games back of a wildcard spot. The Astros lead in the NL East, Reds in the Central, Dodgers in the West, and then Cardinals and Padres. Cardinals are the first wildcard spot, where the Pirates and Padres and Mets are tied for a center wildcard spot. And then Yankees lead in the East, Twins obviously, us lead in the Central, and the Athletics lead in the West by a game over the Astros. And we just played the Mets in a 3-game series, and we swept them. You can see that was a crazy All-Star game. So you can see, I mean, we did pretty well. I mean, we swept the Angels, split against the Tigers, lost the series against the Yankees, won the series against the Braves, split against the Royals, not swept by the Nationals, and then swept the Mets. So here we go. And it's both controllers. The Twins will be the gold controller, and the Indians will be the blue controller. I'm gonna wear Road 78 uniforms, and then the Indians will wear their road uniforms. And then the person you just saw there, I believe, was one of the catchers, Vinny, Dad, or Mr. Casey. Yeah, Progressive Field, 35,051, opened in 1994. Broadcast show theme: quick counts on, cloud cover, clear skies. I'm tempted maybe to do Babe Ruth, because then it's against Torrey Kluber. And he has full energy. Gibson has about half. Rizzi basically has like a quarter. So we have 2 pitchers, and then Michael Pineda has like 3/4 energy. We're gonna go. I mean, it's 10-5 versus 10-6, but 15-2 versus 10-6. Clevenger too. I mean, we're gonna go with Babe Ruth 15-2, Babe Ruth. 15-2, 2.80 ERA against Torrey Kluber. 10-6, 2.40 ERA. And for that, they have Tony, the Indians Tony. We still have Tony. Ron. They have Kevin Kiermaier. I did not know that. Let me do that. Yeah, so that's only the lineup. So Jet Thorne will move to center field, and then Tony will replace. Basically, Jet Thorne will move to center field. He can play center field, and then a Snake Biter got replaced by Tony, shortstop, and then Dan replaced Vinny J at first base. So here we go. On the play out the first down. I do have to walk my dog about 20 minutes, but the video will not end. Just that clip will end. Babe Ruth 15-2 versus Corey Kluber at 10-6. Dueling aces. We are here at Progressive Field in Cleveland, Ohio, for this edition of Baseball on the Show. It's a good matchup here tonight between the Minnesota Twins and the Cleveland Indians. It's baseball, it's a show, and it comes your way next. Corey Kluber, 22 starts, 10-6 record, 2.40 ERA, 153 and 2/3 innings, 150 hits, 1.13 WHIP, 23 walks, and 140 strikeouts. And 304 Luke is. I just remembered, I forgot to put any of the Twins players who made the All-Star and just did a matchup in the All-Star. I forgot about that. Here we go. Quit counts on. Remember that. 1-1 count. That's a smack! What a way to start the game. Runner at first, nobody out. 93 speed at first base. Seventh in the AL on batting average. That's a ground ball, could be two. It's in it for one to first. Double play. 6-4-3 double play, 2 down. And here's the starting lineup for the Minnesota Twins: Luke, Matthew, Jack Thornton, Star Forcer, Bader Jr., Dan, Mr. Casey, Andy Pullman, and Tony. Jack Thornton plays center today. He's playing center. 1-1 count. That's in there. Strike 2. Here's the umpires for tonight's game. Home plate umpire Patrick Johnson. First base umpire. Yeah, I'll tell you in a second.
Yeah, Dan, we got Patrick Johnson behind the dish tonight. Fairly standard strike zone most of the time, but he's definitely a pitcher's umpire.
I always felt like this. He'll give a little bit on the corners, both inside and outside. I think he's a fair umpire, but I would rate him more as a pitcher's umpire than a hitter's umpire.
So he's like more than a pitcher's umpire, more than a hitter umpire. Home plate umpire Patrick Johnson. First base umpire Larry Bullard. Center base umpire James Tinsley, and third base umpire Gary Simmons. Here we go. 1-2 count to Jack Thornton. That's a ground ball. That's a base hit. 2 outs in for Jack Thornton, and here comes the cleanup man, Babe Ruth Jr., the DH.
You don't see that too much in today's game. Most guys, it doesn't matter what the count is. They're looking to line them, drive the ball out of the ballpark. Not the case.
Here we go. That is another base hit. 2 runners on, 2 outs for the Twins. That's a ground ball. Throw to first by Lindor. Got him. 3 hits by the Twins. 1 was right on a double play, and the other 2 were stranded on base. Middle of 1. The score is 0-0. Babe Ruth, 22 starts, 15-2 record, 2.80 ERA, 147 and 2/3 innings, 135 hits, 1.04 WHIP, 19 walks, and 98 strikeouts. No, start the broadcast. I said we're in Progressive Field down in Cleveland, Ohio. We're for another edition of baseball here on the show. Is the matchup here between the Minnesota Twins and the Cleveland Indians. And I said it's baseball, it's a show. It comes your way next. Okay. Yeah. Here we go. Here's Lindor. That's a ground ball pass. Babe Ruth on the mound in center field for a base hit. And past the diving Tony, and then fielded by the original, usually the shortstop, but not here. Not here. Usually it is. Usually he is the shortstop, but today Tony isn't. Jet Monroe was moved to center field, and Snake Biter was taken out. Babe Ruth has a 4-seam fastball, palm ball, and a slurve. That's it. That's a liner into the gap. And now the runner trying to dig out the first, and apparently I think I already hit triangle. 2 runners on, nobody out for the Tribe. That's a foul ball. Jose Ramirez, 2 runners on, nobody out for the Indians. That's a ground ball, won't be 2. Babe Ruth 2. It's like a sacrifice. It's a turnaround throw. Not in time. Bases loaded. Lindor at third. Kiermaier at second. Ramirez at first. And here comes the DH for the Indians. The Indians, Tony. That's a ground ball. Could be 2. The center ball to first. Double play as Tony thought he was safe. The run scores anyways. But the difference is, because of the double play, he doesn't do an RBI. The runner at third, 2 outs, no RBI. But here comes Kyle Santana. That's a ground ball. That's a base hit. 2-0 Indians. Drive with a 9-3. Not in time. 2-0 Indians in the first inning. That's a foul ball. That's a ground ball to Tony. Flips it to the new cover on the center base. Bound and inning's over. Indians hit 2 runs. 2 runs on 4 hits and a runner left. End of 1. The score is the Indians 2 and the Twins 0. Here comes Dad. That's a little tapper. Fielded by Kluber. Throw to first, got him. Here's the defense for the Cleveland Indians. Duvall, Kiermaier, Luplo in the outfield, Santana, Kipnis, Lindor, Ramirez in the infield, and Puerti behind the plate. 992 fielding percentage leads the AL. And Lindor and Kiermaier won Gold Gloves last year. That's a ground ball fielded by Ramirez. Throw to first, got him. 2 down. It's 5-day hitting streak for Audie Pullman, 13 home runs so far, and we're on August 3rd, 2020. That's a pop-up. Playable for the right fielder. And he makes the catch. 1-2-3 to the Twins. Middle of 2, the score remains 2-0 Indians. Seven, 8, 9 due up for the Indians in the bottom of the second, up 2-0. That's a ground ball over the head of Babe Ruth. Babe Ruth in the center field for a base hit. They're on the Indians. Kipnis with 15 stolen bases. The Babe Ruth 15-2, but he's already given up 5 hits. Just inning plus of work. That's a liner. Make that 6 hits, and now it's not cut off properly. And they'll hold the runner at third, 2 runners in scoring position, nobody out, and a hit could make it 4-0. Definitely 3-0. Here comes the number 10, Puerti. That's a fly ball. Will score a run. and it's both runners tied. Throw to the plate, not in time. 3-0 Indians with a runner at third, 1 out. Here comes Lindor, 1 for 1 with a single and a run. Swing and a miss on the Twins, 78 and 33, first in the AL. Up 12-0 games here in the Indians. Ground ball will be a run. Fielded by Tony. Throw to first. High. But the run will score. It's 4-0. The Indians have scored 2 in the first, now 2 in the second, and here comes Kiermaier. That's a foul ball. 1-2 now. That's a ground ball fielded by Audie Coleman. Throw to first. It's in time. The Indians did 2 more runs and the 2 scores. The Indians 4 and the Twins 0. Here comes Tony. That's a smack! Into the gap. Runner at first, nobody out. Trying to get 1 or 2 of these runs back right here. And here comes Luke, top of the order. Swing and a miss. That's a smack! Throw to second! 9 time! 2 runners on, nobody out for the Minnesota Twins. And here comes Matthew, overall on the game. That's a smack! That is in the gap! Gone! A home run! Matthew drives one! 405 feet! 105 miles per hour at the bat. 19th of the year for Matthew to right center field. And he has cut the Indians lead to 1 at 4-3. He has cut the Indians lead to 1 at 4-3. By the way, this clip will end after this half inning, or it could be before that. Let's do that. It's 4-3 now, and that's what the Twins needed. 405 feet. The right center field. Matthews 19th, and it's 4-3 Indians. That's a ground ball over the field by Kluber. Throw to first, got him. 1 down. So good bounce patch pitch there after doing up 2 singles. Tony, number 9 batter, Luke, the leadoff man, and then Dale. Here's Star Forcer, who got a single earlier. Been struggling recently though. That's a ground ball to Lindor. Throw to first. It's in time, 2 down. 2-1 count to Bader Jr. grounded out, I believe, in the first. That's a foul ball, 2-2 to the Twins DH. That's a ground ball. It's going to be a tough play for Titmus in the hole. And Bader Jr. is saved by a mile. Runner at first, 2 outs, and that's a tying run. And here comes Dad. Tying run at first base. There goes Bader Jr. And that is a line. A ground ball would have been a right to Titmus, but he had to go to cover the bad. Runner at the corners, 2 outs. Two straight 2-out singles and a hit to tie the game. And here comes Mr. Casey, number 12. That's a line drive deep, all the way to the warning track, or close to the warning track, and he makes the catch. I'll be there in a second. A 3-run homer by Matthew has cut the Indians lead to 1 at 4-3 after 2.5 innings of play. I have to watch my dog. Now, I mean, I don't know. So it's not in the video, it's not in this clip, but the game for you guys will continue right about now. We're back. So yeah, let's continue the game. Here we continue after I just fought the Dodge. To the count. That's a ground ball. That's a base hit at the middle for Ramirez. David has been in trouble. I mean, he's given up, I think, 7 innings through just over 3 innings of work. Here's Tony from the double play earlier. Did not get an RBI. Ground ball. This could be 2. And no, he missed it. He tried to barehand it. And that will actually not be an infield. It's a single though. 2 runners on, nobody out. That's a ground ball. And that is knocked down by Tony. The throw to the first is not in time. Bases loaded, nobody out. As pitching coach is not coming out. Beirut's shaky today. He's already on 4 runs, only down by 1, but bases are loaded. That's not a foul ball. That's a round ball. They're gonna go home. Got him there. Safe at first. The base is loaded, 1 out. So a fielder's choice here done. Adding the ball. That's a foul ball. 1 and 2 now. Double play in order. 470 base in order as well. That's a ground ball. That is a line. And it goes all the way to the edge of the warning track. And the throw at the third got the runner there. Runner at 10 and 2 outs. Says that could have been no play. It was dove over. Luke dove over at 3-2 count of the tip, and it's now 6-3 Indians. That's a liner, but caught by Luke. The Indians at 2 runs on 2 runs and 4 hits and a runner left, and the 3 are scored. The Indians 6 and the Twins 3. 8-9-1 due up for the Twins in the top of the 4th, down by 3. There's Andy Pullen, 0 for 1 in the game. That's a ground ball. Chargers Lindor, the one with low glove last year. Throw to first. Safe! Safe! But the Indians will have up to 20 seconds to challenge the call on at first base. And it looked like he's out. Yeah, it looked like he was out, and the call and the verdict for the dead challenges. So call challenge, call on the field is safe. You have to have in the studio video evidence to overturn the call. It looked like he's out by half a step right there. The ball throw beat him, and here's the call by home plate umpire Patrick Johnson, and he is out. So the call is overturned, and they'll get another challenge if they want to use it in the ball game later. So here comes Tony, who scored on the home run, not a single, and scored later on Matthews' home run back and said, "That's a pop-up!" In right field, and it is caught by the Indians right fielder, 2 down. The Twins down by 3 with 2 outs and no runners on in the top of the 4th. Indians short runs in each inning. Here's Lou, 2 for 2 in the game. That's a tapper, could be 3 for 3. Kluber overran it. Kind of ran behind it, and Luke is 3 for 3 in the game. And here comes Matthew with the homer earlier. That's a ground ball to Lindor. Throw to first. It's low, but pitched by Santana. 1 hit by the Twins, but he's stranded at first base. Middle of 4 score remains 6-3 Indians. We're back at the Progressive Field in Cleveland, Ohio. Let's go on the field check in with Tiny Watney.
With Cleveland's manager, and overall, he's really happy with the at-bats they're putting together. He said he's been really impressed with how they've hit in at-bats when they fall behind in the count. 5 of their hits have come from those at-bats, and although they don't want to get behind in the count as often,
that guy is really tall.
They're not defeated when they
I think that's Ron Donahue. And they have 3 long relievers. Now Fernando Romero warming up in the Twin bullpen. I think that's the first bullpen just in front of the Indian bullpen in right center field. Throw to first by Lucas in time, 1 down. They were trying to avoid. I mean, he's giving up runs in the first 3 innings. I think that's the front. I think it's the back bullpen. Not sure what that. That's a bad bullpen. Bullpen just in front of the Indian bullpen in right center field. That's a little looper. Fielded by Luke on a short throw to first is in time, 2 down. So Babe Ruth giving up runs in the first 3 innings. So far he hasn't given up any in this inning, but there's Homer can do that. Hopefully I didn't jinx Babe Ruth right there. That's a smack! 2 out single by Kiermaier. Runner at first, 2 outs. As Luke is really strong on 54 pitches to 3 2/3. There's Ramirez, super 2 in the game. That's a fly ball going up, and it is caught by Matthew. Won it by the Indians, but stranded at first base, and the score remains 6-3 Indians. Three, 4, 5 due up for the Twins in the bottom or in the top of the 5th. That's a fly ball. Retreating is the right fielder, and he makes the catch. 1 down. Here comes Star Forcer. 1-2 the single in the first inning. That's a smack in the left field for a base hit. Tyron's coming on deck. Here comes Babe Ruth Jr. And after, I believe that's Dad, who's a timer on deck. There goes the runner. That's a foul ball. That's another foul ball from. There he goes. It's a really throw to first. Got him at first. Runner sent 2 outs, but a hit to reduce the deficit to only 2. Here's Dad. That's a ground ball. That is through for a base hit. Around third is Luke. He'll score easily. Throw at the first. Santana was not even on the bat. It's 6-4. RBI single from Dad, and here comes Mr. Casey representing the Doa or tying run. 3-1 count. That is on the bottom line, strike 2. Caught the bottom of his own, full count. Dad off with the pitch. That's a ground ball. Charging his tipness. Throw to first. Got him, but Dad, thanks to RBI single by Dad, it's cut the Indians lead to 2 at 6-4 after 4.5 innings of play. Here comes the DH for the Indian Tony. That's a smack! 104 miles per hour off the bat. Perfect. He's giving up a hit every inning. Babe Ruth has been strung on. And here comes Santana. That's a smack! Going back is a center fielder and right fielder. Got home run! Carlos Santana! 398 feet, 100 miles per hour of the bat. 16th of the year, and it's 8-4 Indians. And they have regained their 4-run advantage. And that's probably not going to be it for Babe Ruth because he's given up 8 runs through just over 4 innings of work, 4 plus innings of work. As Santana scores because it's the home run. So does Tony, and it's 8-4. And here comes manager, and here comes the line reliever Fernando Romero. As he has 40th appearance this year, 8-6 record, 3 for 3 on saves. But he's coming in the 5th inning. That's a pop-up. No one back is Matthew, and he makes the catch. 1 down. So, Twins, well, Babe Ruth, I mean, he did have 8 runs to just over 4 innings. Over, that's a little tapper. Fielded by Mr. Casey. Throws it down at first base. Gone and 2 down. And you still have 4 more at bats, down by 4. 1 for 2 with a double and a run scored for Titmus. 3 on count. That's a ground ball right into the shift. Throw to first by Tony is in time. Then to a 2-run homer by Carlos Santana has given the Indians a 8-4 lead after 5 innings of play. Here comes Audie Pullman. That's all Tapper. Fielded by Kluber, and he sits on the bat himself. Scoring a 1 unassisted, 1 down. Here comes Tony, number 9 batter, top of the order, followed down by 4, and they're down to their final 11 outs. That's a fly ball, and now the Twins are down to their final 10 outs, down by 4. So down by a grand slam. Grand slam still in play. Here comes Lou, 3 for 3 with 3 signals and a run. That's a fly ball, center field, going back is Kiermaier. And he makes the catch. 1-2-3 to the Twins. Middle of 6, the score remains 8-4 Indians. And Pawecki. Then Fernando Romero. That's a ground ball fielded by Lute. Sets his feet, throws in time. 1 down. Here comes Lindor, top of the order. That's a ground ball up the middle, base hit. Now Lindor's 2 for 4 in the day. Runner at first, 1 out. The Indians have scored a run in every inning besides, I believe, the 4th. That's a ground ball, could be 2. That's a 6-4-3 double play, and the inning's over. And the 6th, the score remains 8-4 Indians. Here comes Matthew with a 3-run homer earlier. At that point made it 4-3, but now it's 8-4. That's a liner into the gap. It will split the outfielders, go against the wall in right center field, and that will be a lead-off double for Matthew. Now, another base runner, 28th double of the year for Matthew. And here comes Jack Thor, 1 for 3 in the game. A hit to make it 8-5. That's a little tapper. Fielded by Kluber. Throw to first is in time. Runner at third, 1 down. So Zach Flagler made it a 1-run or 3-run game. And here comes Star Forcer. That's all Tapper. It's so close to home plate, a run will not score. Got hit anywhere else besides the pitcher, but he hit it to the pitcher. A run cannot score, and here up to Babe Ruth Jr. to have a chance to hit the run home. That's it around with a Lindor. Throw to first, and the Twins strand the runner at third base. 7-inning stretch time here at Progressive Field in Cleveland, Ohio. Middle of 7. The score remains 8-4 Indians. They're starting to work Chad Jones in the bullpen, in the Twins bullpen, just behind the Indians bullpen, right center field. No action in the Indians bullpen. 24th pitcher Ramiro. Ground ball, fielded by Ramiro. Throw to first, 1 down. Here's Tony, number 4 batter, cleanup man. That's a ground ball, fielded by Lute. Throw to first is in time. 2 down. Here's Santana with the homer earlier. Ramiro's getting tired. Chad Jones is still warming up. 1-2 count. That's a ground ball. Fielded by Tony to the right of second. Throw to first. Gone. And 1-2-3 to the Indians. And the 7. The score remains 8-4 Indians. 6, 7, 8 due up for the Twins in the bottom or on the top of the 8th. Kluber, 99th pitch coming out. That's a line. Ground ball fielded by Lindor. Throw to first, and the Twins are down to their final 5 outs, down by 4 runs. and Mr. Casey, as they have Aaron Simber warming up. The not-safe situation right now. Trying to get Kluber through 100 pitches right now. That's a line, ground ball, fielded by Lindor. Throw to first, got him. 2 down. Kluber through 7 2/3 innings, only 102 pitches. Here comes Audie Pullman, then Tony, and it continues. That's a liner, fielded by Kidness on a short hop. Throw to first is low, but pitched by Santana. Middle of 8, the score remains 8-4 Indians. Here we go. Here's Romero. 0-for-3 in the game. That's a ground ball fielded by Lute. Throw to first. Got him. 1 down. Here's Adam Duvall. That's a ground ball fielded by Lute. Throw to first. 2 down. Here's Kipnis. That's a base hit for Kipnis. And now it's not cut off properly by Star Forcer. And Kipnis is in with a 2-out double. Took the wrong angle at it and it led it to go all the way to the orange side. And here comes Chad Jones. 23rd appearance, 2-0 record, 2-for-2 unsaved, and has pitched 34 innings even so far in the season. That's a ground ball fielded by Lute, and it only took 4 pitches for Chad Jones to get out of it. The Twins need 4 runs to tie, 5 take the lead in the top of the 9th, and the 8 scores that Indians 8 and the Twins 4. Here we go as 107 pitches thrown for Kluber, but that's a fly ball. That is deep to the warning track, to the wall, but caught by Kiermaier at the warning track. On the warning track, 1 down. Here's Lute, 3-for-4 in the game. That's a fly ball. Going over is Kiermaier. And Kluber's 1 out away from the complete game. 111 pitches thrown for Kiermaier. And here comes Matthew, the Twins' last hope. That's a line that almost took Kluber's head off. Runner at first, 2 outs. So 114 pitches for Kluber. Are you going to see a motion? And I'll leave him out there trying to get the complete game. That's a ground ball. And oh! Not in time. The second 2 runners on, 2 outs. And here's Star Forcer. 2-2 count. That's a ground ball to Lindor. Throw to first is in time and the Indians win. 8-4 over the Twins. And it's cut the Twins lead in the American League Central to 11.5 games. As they win 8-4. As a complete game win for Corey Kluber. Oh, that was disappointing. And that's time I throws in the board, or Carlos Santana was the player of the game. Tomorrow's video will be the next episode of my NHL 20 Austin Gunn does a expansion to our franchise series. And if there is a video, a second video, I'm not sure what, most likely going to be the first episode of my and will be the show 20 for Vinny J. I'm not sure though. Alright, time to close the no board if yet guys, time to close the no board if yet subscribe with the like button. Subscribe if you have any. Tell your mom, dad, grandpa, aunts, uncles, pets, and friends about these videos. And you know what? I'm going to see you in episode number 13 of his Minnesota Twins Custom Franchise Series. See you in episode number 13! And eat a lot of bacon.